channel. Notice this awkward hand position because I have not shaved my armpits in a couple of days, so I don't want to flash you. Anyway, on this channel, we just keep it real, okay, honey? So hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking all about acne, specifically my acne, and how I've cleared it up. Okay, let's just jump right into this video because after I film it, I'm going to go to Disneyland, so. Okay, so I can remember it perfectly. The week before I started middle school, I got my third eye, and not the spiritual kind. I got a pimple right there, and it was very visible, very large, and it was my first one ever, so that was a little bit traumatizing. And then ever since then, that pimple decided to invite all its relatives, all its friends to reside on my face all throughout my tween and teenage years, which is just amazing. I loved it. Needless to say, my acne was it was pretty bad. If I can find a couple of pictures, I'm gonna insert them right here. But I don't think any of those pictures actually capture how bad my acne was because I didn't really like to take a bunch of pictures throughout my teenage years, like really close selfies, because I was just so self-conscious about my acne. However, I started to implement a couple new things and change around a couple new things that allowed my face to become more clear and more vibrant and less filled with pimples. Now, I have not completely gotten rid of my acne. I'm just saying that it's cleared up a lot, and especially right now, as you can tell, I'm breaking out a little bit more because it was just that time of the month. So I'm gonna tell you how I cleared up my acne in this video. I'm pretty sure I said that like 5 times already, but that's fine. So the first things that I want to talk about in this video are genetics and diet. Now, I believe that these are the biggest contributors to your acne, which, I mean, genetics you can't really do anything about, but diet, you can. My mom is huge on nutrition, and like, I kid you not, in her free time, she just watches like health and nutrition videos and like everything health related. Basically, she has instilled some knowledge in me, which I would like to pass down to you. Basically, your face is a great indicator of what is going on inside your body, like system-wise, nutrition-wise, all that stuff. If you're not eating the right kind of things, it's gonna basically show up on your face. So a couple of things that I noticed helped my acne go away diet-wise was when I cut out these things. Okay, are you ready? Number 1, sugar. Do not eat sugar if you don't want acne. I'm not saying like never eat it, because sugar is like pretty good. I mean, like brownies, cookies, donuts, man, I love that stuff. But it's gonna pop up. There's gonna be like little friends popping up on your face whenever you eat them. Sugar is gonna inflame your pimples. It's gonna cause you to have more pimples. So just be aware of your sugar intake as far as your acne goes. Yeah? Okay, thanks. Okay, what my mother just reminded me was that it's not just sugar that really influences your acne. It's also a bunch of saturated fats, oils, the stuff that you find in junk food that's really good. It's not good for your face, obviously. Another thing that I realized really helped my acne when I cut it out was meat and dairy. This is a big one and it's so controversial, so like don't come at me. If I've learned anything in psychology, it's that obviously I've learned nothing. If I've learned anything in psychology, it's that correlation is not causation. I'm just saying that there was a correlation between these two things and my acne. So anyway, when I started cutting out chicken and meat, I realized that, and I didn't do this just for my acne, but I started realizing that I started getting a lot less acne, and my acne was a lot less pussy and inflamed, and ew, please don't visualize that because that's a gross image, but that's what happened. I think the reason why that is because nowadays our meat is injected with a bunch of hormones. So if you're consuming that meat and thus consuming those hormones, and hormones contribute to acne, then 2 + 2 = acne, okay? I think the same goes for dairy. I started cutting out a lot of dairy, specifically milk. I mean, cheese is it's a little harder to give up, let's be honest. But milk. I realized a big difference once I started cutting out milk. Besides the internal things that you can do for your acne, there's also topical things. I feel like the stuff that you do on top of your face, like topical wise, isn't as effective as your diet, the stuff that you do inside your body. I'm gonna touch on makeup a little bit. Makeup obviously contributes to more acne because you're obviously clogging your pores, and that's not good. All throughout my teenage years, I would use different face washes, cleansers, serums, all that kind of stuff. And again, I didn't really notice as much of a difference, although I think it did help a little bit, of course. Right now, I'm currently using something that my doctor prescribed me. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm just gonna insert it right here so that way you know. I was using that stuff all throughout my teenage years, and I mean, I'm still 19, but my acne was still very poppin' while I was using it, and it's not really now. So basically what I'm saying is topical stuff helps, like serums, cleansers, but I don't think that it's the #1 thing that will get rid of your acne. I mean, maybe for you, but not for me. Also, a bunch of other topical things that you can do. Do not touch your face. Don't touch it. Big no-no, okay? I noticed that my acne started getting a lot better once I stopped squeezing my pimples. Blackheads are a bit of a different story, okay? If you have a blackhead, you should probably get that because those don't really just come out as easily and as naturally. This is gross. But whiteheads and the little, what I like to call redheads, you know, the really like red inflamed ones that have like that white little tip. Ew! Oh, I get so squeamish talking about this, but it's good for you to know. If you have those redheads, then what you're supposed to do is not squeeze it. Don't squeeze it. You get a little needle and you poke it so that way all the stuff can come out naturally, but when you squeeze it, it just creates scarring, so don't do that. Also with whiteheads, don't squeeze them, don't pop them, don't do any of that. They're gonna come out naturally, believe it or not. I used to squeeze all of them and then I would have like a bunch of red dots all over my face, but then when I just let them go, then I realized they started going away and I didn't have to do anything and I didn't have all that red and scarring in the meantime. But blackheads, I still think that you should pop because, yeah. Also, don't like, if your resting position is just, I'm not even gonna do it because I don't want to risk it. But if you just, you know, don't do that because you're creating sweat here, it's touching here, it's clogging the pores, and that contributes to more acne. The sides of my face were really big problematic areas because I would always go like that. But once I stopped doing that, I started noticing less pimples. So, yeah. But I mean, I'm not here to tell you like if you follow all these guidelines then you're not gonna have any pimples because I still have pimples. I'm just saying that, you know, it's helped me clear up my face a lot, and at the same time, I'm 19 now, I'm almost 20, that is so freaking crazy. But I feel like age and genetics do have a lot to do with it because I've already surpassed the majority of my teen years, thus my prime hormonal years, so I'm not getting as much acne now. But yeah, so these are my little tips and tricks on how I cleared up my acne, and oh my gosh, this has been here the entire time. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. It's not very aesthetically pleasing back there either. Oh, and my little mini ears have been here because like I said, I'm going to Disneyland after. But I hope this video gave you some ideas, and I hope if you try them out that they help. If they do, feel free to tell me by messaging me on Instagram or something. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. I'll leave my Instagram down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!